What I'm going to have to do is, if you follow the book, it will tell you to go to the flying object, add a question, then following actions along with milliseconds. But the problem is we do not have milliseconds in GameMaker Studio, and I've tried a bunch of different ways and I found one that's close enough to the way we want it to work. Not perfect, but it's close enough. Instead of the flying object, we're going to go to the landing one. So what's going to happen when it's landed on a special moon, it's going to check if there's so many moons left over, and then it's going to go to the next level. So I'm just going to open up Object Landed, and we're going to go to add Event, Step. We don't want to use End Step because that's the end of a step. We want it to constantly check every step. So I'm going to click on Step. And what we're going to do, just to again step, yeah, that's right. In step, we are going to ask a question. So we go to the Control tab here, and the question is, how many moons are there left? So I'm going to drag this one with 1, 2, 3 in a ball, which is the test instance count, into here out of the question section, and we are going to ask now how many moons are left over, and if it's equal to the number 0. This one sometimes works. Ooh, accidentally press enter there. This one works. If you find that this doesn't work, I would always recommend putting it to 0, putting it to 1, and asking, is there smaller than? Because that one always, I always find with certain projects that always works better, but if this one works, go for it. There's one way to find out. So we ask the question, how many moons are there left? And if it's 0, do something. But we haven't told it what to do yet. So we're going to bring in these, what are called starting blocks, and they're going to hold in a set of actions that will only activate if this question is true. So if the number of objects, which is the moon, is equal to 0. If this statement is true, it's going to perform the following, which has to be in these 2 blocks. Okay, so I'm going to click on the top one here, and I'm then going to bring in a comment. So if you click on main 2, in info right here, I can bring in the speech bubble and just try and pop it there. And the speech bubble is going to say, let's see, next level. Okay, and followed by that, we're going to add in, where are we? Score. We'll give ourselves a little bonus of 1,000, not 100, 1,000. Relevant. Make sure relevant is tick. We're going to add 1,000 to our score because, hey, we've just gone to our next level. Of course we deserve this. So click OK. Oh, make sure that's, you can click and drag these and always move around. You can move that up, you can move that down. You can always click and drag these and rearrange them. So I'm just going to click on that. Whenever you've got one selected and you try and create another action, it'll always add it to the one below it. So that's always handy tip. And finally, the next thing we want to do is actually go to our other room. So I think it's in main 1. Yes, it is. We've got these sections called rooms. We want the top middle one, which is next room. So we drag that in. There we go. You don't have to do any settings. All it does is go to the next room. And the way GameMaker always works is that it doesn't matter if you have these in different orders. It always goes. It doesn't matter if you have them in different orders. So if room 1 is on top and room 1 was below, it will go 1 and 0, because 0 is on top and 1's below. It's going to go in that order. Okay. So click OK and save. And let's give this a quick test run. So where's the play button? There it is. Always, always, always test your rooms just to make sure that little bit of code that you're not quite sure of is working. There you go, next level, okay. And here we are, where clearly I've got way more asteroids and I've got much more to my score. So yeah, that all works, so I'm really, really happy with that. And what we're going to do next, we're going to add in another finishing touch, which is called the title screen. So go into your resources, add sprite, and this one's going to be sprite underscore title. Load sprite, and where are we? There's the title one right there. Always make sure that you remove background. And there we go, and yeah, I'm going to put it center. Click center to make it in the middle there. Click OK, and there's our sprite, and we're going to make it an object. So add resources, create an object. And with this, we're going to first of all rescale this. That's really annoying me. We're going to call it object underscore title. We're going to add in the title, give it a depth of 1. And what we're going to do next, we are going to have this one play our looping music. So we're going to add an event, and other, game start. Actually, this is not game start, it's my mistake there. I'm going to change this event, my mistake there. It's create, right there. And this one will contain music. Now you may say, oh, we've already got the music, so, you know, we could just you know, move it over. So I'm going to open up the special moon, and game start, we've got music there. I'm actually going to click and drag this music icon into here. You can actually move these, as I said, move these backwards and forwards, but that one's not responding. No, it won't let me move into there, but yeah, believe me, it does work. You can either delete from here, or you can just click and drag. It does the same thing. I'm just going to press OK here, but I won't press OK here because we've got to do something else. Oh, I just realised we also need the score in there as well, so I'm just going to open up Special Moon again. This is actually a good exercise. We're going to click and drag, oop, not that one, go into Game Start, I'm going to click and drag that's into there. Now, usually with Game Maker, when there's nothing in the actions panel, the event will disappear. So we don't need to delete or anything, we just press OK. So there we go. When this is created, we're going to have music, and it's going to be looping, and then it's going to do this. And because it's created, we haven't got it when it disappears, it's still going to loop the music. So the next thing we've got to do is that when we've pressed any key whatsoever on our keyboard, it will start the game. So add an event, key press, any key, which is right at the bottom of the list here. So remember, that's key press, any key, and we wanted to go to the next room, which is in main 1 tab. And we just drag in next room, and that's it. Press OK. Now finally, we've just got to quickly create another room. Yay. So I'm going to create another room, and try and first of all place my title sequence. Yeah, about there is perfect. I'm going to add a background, going into the background tab. I'm going to have my space background by going in, change it from no background to background space. That's pretty cool. And just for effect, I'm going to pop in the asteroids and that. So scroll this to the top, go to objects, scroll down a bit and change it from that to a few moons. Just going to pop maybe a moon there, moon here, maybe moon there, and one down there. And I've got for you in a few asteroids as well. Again, just for effect. Behind there as well. One up here, put drag in there, one down the corner. There we go. What these do just adds a bit of, just adds special effect to this, so it looks the business. And what I'm also going to do, which is a bit different, I'm going to go into settings and change it from room 2 to room underscore title. And then I'm going to click OK. And then from that, I'm going to drag room title to the top of the list so that it goes room title, room 0, room 1. And now, save. And let's make sure everything's working. Okay, go press the key, which is space, and the game starts. Next level. Oh dear, I died. So there we go. Now what we're going to do as well, we're going to put in a message at the end. So we are going to create an object called the finishing object, the end object. So I'm going to go to resources, create object, and like we did with the controller and the restart one, we're going to have no sprite underscore finish. And this object is going to be, when it's created, add event create, it's going to display a message. So I'm just going to, nope, don't want to mess around with that, just move this a bit. That's a bit better. Now I'm going to go to the main one. Nope, not main one, main two. Yeah, it's the main 2 tab. Info, we want direct display message, and we want to say congratulations. You've delivered all the mail. Yay. Stop. And I'm going to include the score. So I'm going to set my score, add in a little bonus. So I've delivered all the mail. I should get a bonus for doing such a good job. So it's going to be 2,000. Click relative on there. And now it does say to show the high score, etc. So what I'm going to do next in this list, I'm going to go to main 1, right click and destroy instance, which will be object controller. I don't want it to show the score there. And once it's done that, I want to draw in the score. So back over to the score tab, I'm going to draw the score. And again, where is this going to be placed now? I think it was X by 280 and Y by 200. Okay. And then finally, just trying to think here. Usually you'd have the display score. I think we do the exact same thing we did before with the restart. I'm going to bring in the, let's see, draw. I forgot to set the colour, so I'm going to bring the colour in, make that white, and go OK, and drag that to be, or drag this score, display score to underneath the white, so that's going to be white. Bring in the text tool again. Actually, I'm going to cancel that. Why do this when I could just copy and paste it? That's really annoying. So I'm going to go to, was it restart? No, it's controller. No, not controller, my mistake. Restart. I'm going to right click and copy the draw one there. Exit and paste it into there. So let's draw my text in. Given the instruction to press spacebar, and then on the add event I'm going to press space, but this time we're going to do something a little different. We're going to restart the entire game, and what we're going to do, we're going to create a new room and place one instance in this new room, and that will be the finished. So, okay. So now we're going to go to create a room, and the object that we're going to place in here will be object finished. Just plop it on there. Scroll up to background. We're going to add in a background like we've done many times before. Scroll up, I'm going to go to settings, change this from room 3 to underscore room underscore finish. Click OK, and that should be it. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat a little bit with this one, in room 1. You can always do this, especially when you've got lots of items. So I'm just going to hover over this one. That's a moon, so I click on that and press delete. Okay, just delete. That's a special moon, that we have to leave that in there. Oop. Delete that one. That one's special moon. Oop. That one's moon object, so delete that. And delete that. So one more at the bottom here. Delete that one. Now what I've done is I've just gotten rid of most of the moons here, so I've just left with one, so it's just easier for me to test. So I'm just going to click OK, play the game. There we go. How can I miss that? That was ridiculous. Ugh. That was risky. Yes. Okay. Still not displaying the message. Still have another look at finished. Ah, I just realised what I've done wrong here. I'm gonna select, well actually I'm gonna add event, draw, GUI, go back to create, highlight, set color, and these two, right click and cut, click on create, click on draw, paste, and that should do the trick. It's always good to make mistakes and learn from them and think, okay, maybe that's not working, maybe this is working, etc. So yes. No. I'm going to run really close because I'm fed up of dying and this is quite embarrassing. Yes. Was huzzah, there we go. So yay, there we go. We know that that works. So I'm going to go back into these rooms and select the moon objects and draw the moons back in here. So put it there. One here, here, and here as well. Okay, go back into room 1 and place a lot more in here of all these asteroids. So put one there. Oop, not that one. Make sure you got the right object. Not finish. Moon, moon there. One there. Here. Yeah, one there as well. One up here? Yeah. So we go, got quite a lot of moons here, so it makes it more challenging. So we're almost at the finish of this game. Just 2 more things we've got to do. If you noticed before, we've got another sprite. So I'm actually going to change my moon sprite. Right, we're going to go to resources, create sprite. So I'm going to do underscore base. Now this one's going to be quite interesting. So yeah, we got sprite underscore base, load sprite. we're going to bring in bases. And you can see here we've got, very quickly, a variety of different bases. I'm going to click open. I'm going to click center. And click OK. And what we're going to do, we're going to go back into our moons and we're going to change them around a bit. So double click on moon and on create we are going to add an event that will change sprite slightly. So go to main 1, sprites, we've got this one, change sprite. And what we are going to do, we're going to set it to self, and we'll set the sprite in sub images to random, open bracket 8 and close bracket, because we've got 8 images. And also going to set the sprite to base right there. It's going to change this to base, and the speed is going to be set to 0. Okay, and what we're going to do, we're going to do the same for the moon as well. So we're going to copy this, click OK, go to special moon, and create. Just going to paste this into here and go OK. So now what we're going to do is just test this out, press play. And the dog's going to jump. Yeah, it doesn't jump there. He likes to jump from the chair sometimes. It's a bit funny that way. We are really at the end of this. And look, it's worked. We've got random bases around here. And it just makes the game that much more interesting. So there we go. That is the game. And one final thing you should know about is how to add game information. Okay, so if we go to resources, we can, where is it? I think it's a bit different here than it is to the old one, so let's see. No, let's clean up. What's this one? Create a path. Okay. Before there was an option to add information, so let's game settings, select extension, define. Nope, it's not that one. Ah, here we go, sorry. It's right down here, game information. And in here is where you just type away and you give the person information to go by. So probably the first thing would be the name, which is Galactic. Oh, helps if I can spell it. Galactic male. And objective, or you can say your goal, fly your ship to other moons to deliver your mail, but be careful not to hit the asteroids. And you can do controls left and use left and right arrow keys to turn your ship. And space. Bar to launch your ship. So there we go. And that's all you need. So you can, okay, and that's it. You've got your game information in there, and that is it. I am happy to say that is how you create Galactic Mail. And as you can see, it is getting much more complicated. And next one will be the Lazarus game, which is this weird little plum creature that's getting crushed by random boxes. But we've got to get the game to actually choose which boxes fall on it, and they have random settings. So that one's going to be another fun one, but hopefully you can put your feet up for a minute and have a rest and actually, in brackets, test your game to make sure it's fully working with all the moons and everything. So hopefully you enjoyed this.